Well, good everybody. We're last day in Punta for us. We're out of here as soon as I wrap this up, and it's the 7th of March, and all is well on board. But they've pretty much stopped. You've probably seen on the tracker if you're following it. They're all stalled in the sort of centre of the high that's coming in, and those that are on the western side of that high have got light headwinds right now. But it's going to change soon, and it's quite interesting to see what's happening. Anyway, we follow up. We got some more news about the man overboard situation with Penjuic. Came in from various sources, but we built a picture from that, and you've probably seen the release we sent out last night, just updating everyone, and it's now settled. We know exactly what happened and where, well, more or less where it is. Their team were keen to make contact with Marie. We had a discussion with her today. And they're all fine on board. So carrying on in the race. So that's the end of the story there. We got if you've seen the tweets from all the entrants on Facebook and on Twitter, you would have seen that the damage on Evrika isn't significant, but it's damage. From the picture you could see it was going to take quite a bit to extract the bowsprit from the buoy. And it's come in and reported that, there is damage. The pulpit's been damaged, the bowsprit's damaged, and the extrusions on the reefing gear is cracked, which might not be so bad. They've got a hydraulic reefing gear, a hydraulic furling system, a Reckman, on the front of the boat, and the extrusions are above that. So it looks like the hydraulic pump is fine, and there might be a crack, but it shouldn't be too bad because it's a torsional load, extrusion. So depending on where the crack is, it should be fine, but we'll have to wait and see. The collision with Triana was confirmed. They did hook up somewhere in amongst all that, and Triana suffered a little bit of superficial damage as well. So just came via the tweet from Sheen. What else is happening? That's really about it. They're all sort of wishing for more wind, practice for the doldrums, all that sort of thing. Explorers just about decided to go and anchor on the beach. I'm not sure about that, but it was very interesting talking to one of the key players here in the yacht club. I won't mention his name. He's saying that in that particular area, there may, and I'm not suggesting for a minute that the Explorer is going to shoot through and take the lead or anything, but he says that there are some interesting countercurrents up there, right on the beach, and not dissimilar to what happens in Australia, where you have a huge southerly set coming down the coast of Australia, and if you hold inshore, you get a countercurrent. So the main current's going down here, and then you have a little hook going the opposite way, right in on the coast, and it's a well-known aspect of ocean racing in Australia. You get on the inside and hang on to it, but if you're doing a Sydney to Hobart, you get out in the current and take a ride, which could be 3 knots or something. So maybe that's what they're planning. I don't know, but they're certainly on the beach, and everyone else is outside. Some came in and so on. I think that's about all that's happening here. I think we'll go straight to the tracker and have a look. And if you go there, I'm over here. So you can see very clearly now. Here's Punta del Este down the bottom here. And they're all pretty much stopped, but let's see what's happening. Okay, Maiden's on the move now. She was actually moving quite well, but doing four knots or something in the past 4 hours. Now she's doing 5.7, which is pretty cool. And the breeze has moved over. They're on the top of it at the moment. Here's the center of the high, and they're a bit on top of it. So they've actually got a good slant. This is very good for them because it's not hard on. They can hold that angle right the way up, and then let's see what happens once we go a few days ahead and see if it goes from that's pretty much an east northeasterly wind, but as they go up, it may turn into a northeasterly, but who knows. Explorers picked up their anchor, and they're coming down other tack now at the great rate of knots, 2.7 knots. Not huge, but at least they're getting there, and they've only covered 29 miles in the last 24 hours. Sterner, 3.1 knots, and they've covered 51 miles in the last 24 hours. So they're on the move as well. White Shadow, 5.2. They'll be happy with that. And 77-mile day, but it's in funny directions. Triana, 2.8 knots still, not going anywhere fast. So there's a bit of a local breeze there because they're very close together. The last 4 hours, a huge difference. And it's possibly the angle of the breeze. They're right on on the corner there. So anyway, Triana 2.8 knots, 76 mile a day. Neptune taking back. They were in the lead boat for some time ago in the line on us because they were closer, but I think Maiden's now cleaned up there. Neptune's doing 4.3 knots, 82 mile a day. And Outlaw, 4.2 knots, 85 mile a day. L'Esprit de Keep, 4.3, 78 mile a day. And Evrika, 4.6, 81 mile a day. They're all doing similar stuff. Galliano was secure, 3.8 knots and 65 mile a day. So that's interesting. Now, this lead group taking off to the east is method in their madness, I'm sure. And let's see if it pays off going forward. 1.8 knots. They've still got the center. They're in the center of the high. So 78 mile a day. Translated 9, covering Penjuic. 2.9 knots and an 82 mile a day. And then Spirit of Helsinki, 74 mile a day and only 1.4 knots. So some interesting stuff going on. I'm going to pull it back one more so you can see what's happening. Here's the high. In fact, I'll go back here. So you can see there, very distinct high pressure cell. In fact, I'll come back and have a look at exactly what's likely to happen here, because this puts it into perspective. Is it the next South Atlantic high? Not necessarily. It's quite small. So here's Cape Town over here, and Punta del Este over there. This is just a small high. Okay, it's not the true South Atlantic high, which is more or less up here at the moment. But will this one dominate going forward? Not sure. It's a little bit bland. And if you look up here and just have a peek at the doldrums, here's the doldrums. It's the thinnest over here, and you'll be sure to see the boats come in cutting really close to here when they get up there. So they've got a week or so to go yet before they get there. But so the doldrums are looking respectable. The southeast trades are not strong at all because there's no big high pressure system assisting it. There's like a very big area of unstable conditions. So this is not a big high pressure. It's just a localized high pressure system. Just wanted to find out what was going on there before we talk about what's likely to happen here. So I hit the motion forward and everyone's 3 hours. So the center of the high moves out and then everyone's on the wrong side of the high. And you can see the breeze now for Maiden will be, as I was predicting, going northeasterly. So on the northern side of a northeasterly over here. And so they'll be tacking as well. Nonetheless, they're a long way forward of Explorer and a long way forward of everyone else. So they will be holding line on us and probably IRC. So still in a good position. This is for this breeze here now is for sort of early tomorrow morning. So, and everyone's going to be in the same slant. These guys over here along the coast are going to get it harder than Penjuic and so on. But there's no real advantage for now heading out to the east. That's negated itself. And so you can see Maiden's going to have a lovely few days. Everyone is. They're going to be pounding away, 28 knots headwinds, probably a 2 to 3 meter sea. Temperature around 25 degrees, so quite warm. It'll be warmer inside the boat, especially for the aluminium boats that don't have good insulation. They're going to really start feeling the heat because they have to button the boat up because there'll be spray everywhere. So Explorer is going to be mixed up with all that. We're now 2 days into it, and it's just got all these headwinds. Everything's headwinds. Penjuic and Helsinki and so on, they've got no real advantage. They're going to be facing the same challenging conditions as the rest of the fleet, trying to crawl north. And then all of a sudden, boom, this is on the 10th, so 3 days from now. 3 days from now, though, they're likely to be quite a lot higher, at least 200-300 miles. Okay, so they'll be out of that, and they'll be up here somewhere by there. So it's more headwinds. Having to earn their keep big time. So anyway, that's how it goes. Sailing. Boom, boom. Yeah, there will be a following one, but they will have missed it. They'll all be north of that. So I think that's all. One thing I can show you. It'll come back to real time now, and I'll show you these currents that we're referring to. There's some pretty serious currents here. Okay, you can see here there's a current stream coming down there. There's a generalized current stream coming down here, not as strong. They wouldn't show a counter current over here, but I've got a feeling Mark's gone over to check it out. Now he's committed to tack out because of the weather, but maybe there was no countercurrent there, really close into the coast. So no real benefit there, didn't work. And let's see what happens. But you can see here the streams, the current streams, and they're quite solid. They're quite solid. So Penjuik and Helsinki and translated 9, they're right on top of something here. If they can squeeze across a bit further, they might get a bit of a shift. But the rest of them are basically stuck in these currents as well. So not so good. Leaderboard. Let's go to forget IRC. We'll go leaderboard honours. Okay, Maiden's got that now, with quite a significant lead on at the moment. So Maiden, Outlaw, Neptune, Penjuik 6, translated 9, Esprit de Keep, Triana. Triana's way back on the finals. So it goes. Esprit of Helsinki, Evrika, Galliano is secure, White Shadow, Sterner, and I wonder who's at the back. Probably Explorer. Oh, look at that. Godspeed's not there. Yeah, so that's cool. Anyway, they're having fun. So now for IRC, and Neptune have cracked IRC. Maiden must be way down there. So this is for just for leg 4. This is the finish to D&D. Finish time 100 days. I better check this. We're actually supposed to be on. No, this is leg 4. Yeah, but it includes a few bits and pieces. Anyway, I'm getting a bit confused there because it's showing 117 days. This has actually changed because of the combined results we've got going, I think, because now we're measuring the days in port as well, I think, because that's correct at elapsed time. And that's for the whole voyage, 140 days. I'm confusing myself here at the moment. VMG, that's recent, that's right. And here's from the start. Okay, there's a bit of confusion there. Okay, we'll look into this. This is not right now, it's looking a lot more sensible. All right, so, but that's supposed to be from the start of, usually it's from the start of the race further on, but now I might have read it wrong. It's from the start of this leg, obviously, because these times are correct. Okay, so Maiden is maintaining IRC lead, which is true. So 48 days, 11 hours, and Outlaw is about 11 hours behind them on IRC ranking, followed by Triana, and they're about another 5 hours, 5, 6, 7 hours behind Outlaw. But it's too early days to really use this predictably, but they're doing okay. Neptune, translated 9, right down there. Galliano with secure, White Shadow. Where's Penjuik? Way down, because they're right out to the east of the course. So it's really too early to place any real importance on that. It's going to change a lot by the time they start moving. So I think that's about all I've got here. I'll just come back to the panel here, and I'll see who's there. And if you've got any questions, I just put up a Q&A for anyone who's got any questions on the event. We can come back and address those once we get to France later on. Hi, Keiki, Virgo, windy South Island. Yeah, I can imagine it's windy. We're going to La Sable d'Olonne. It's overcast and raining and thunder and lightning and all that for days. So we've got to get used to it. We've had a lot of sunshine here over the last 3 months that we've been away. So it's going to get very interesting. Hi, Larry, Virgo, only tuning in now. Warren, Penjuik 6 group did not get to the east of Load. No, they couldn't make it. It was a bit slow going. Hi, greetings from the UK. My sons are exploring cows today. Good on you. Hi from the Republic. I think that's it. Okay, all good. So we're not going to be here tomorrow. We've decided it's early days. There's not a lot of movement. And what there is, it's going to be all headwinds. So Jane and I are travelling until we get into La Sable d'Olonne after midnight on Friday night. And we should be ready to go for Saturday. Get a tracker up. We'll have to wait and see. So we'll be missing a day, and we'll see you sometime straight after that when we get organised. So follow the tracker, keep an eye on the tweets. We'll drop them in every now and then, and enjoy your days following the race. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.